Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pocket Captains Plays Star Trek Fleet Command. Now, I reviewed the first little bit for a few months ago, and I have been working diligently and very hard to make my ship and crew and everything here much more interesting, and I think I'm ready to lay a little pronouncement on this game. As you can tell, I'm level 14, which is right roughly where I was last time. Oh, look at that parallel universe stuff. Now, first of all, as a Star Trek fan, I'm geeking out here. I mean, look at the dagger through the earth here. This is fun stuff. Absolutely fun. I'm a Star Trek guy. Star Trek nerd stuff is just fun. But let's move past that and let's review this as a game. Now, this was actually on the site as a strategy game, space strategy game. So that should be right up our alley as Pocket Captains. That's our thing. So how does this play out as a space strategy game? Does it really merit the title of a good space strategy game? Last time I played it, I had my doubts, and I said, well, I was going to go through and play a little bit and see if I could level up my ships. And I have worked on that very hard, and it's been rather challenging. So let's talk a little bit about what I've learned. First of all, let's talk about fleets. Alliance, here we go. Now, as you can see, I'm in the Explorers League. One of my criticisms of the game is it says I'm 48 out of 52 people. You can contribute. I do contribute stuff. But I'm never quite sure how many of these are active members. I'm not even sure if this guy's in charge. When I've been playing, I'm really only hearing from the same 2 or 3 people all the time. And part of the thing is, like, if you go in and you level up or you finish some research, or you level up. Oh, how do you like my new mouse pointer, by the way? Isn't this neat? I'm using a mouse on the iPad. But as you go ahead and just a little side, this is kind of neat technology. I'm having fun with this. You go in, you do some research, or you repair your ship, or you do just about anything. You can click on it and say, okay, I want to do this research. Go, which I can't do right now. I've maxed out all the research. And you get the option to say, help me out, guys. And the other people in the fleet can go, oh, okay, I'm helping. You know, you can click on this to help. You can help other people too when they come up, and I tried to help whenever I could, but I always got the same 3 people or 2 or 3 people, never anybody else. So as far as active fleet's concerned, I'm not sure how to tell how many of them are really. See, there's a note I wrote. Somebody wrote a note saying, is anybody here? And I wrote, I'm here. That was months ago. That's the chatter. There is no chatter. So when you go to join a fleet, you can't look at the size of the fleet and think, oh, okay, there's bound to be some people there. You just don't know. You can't tell. So that's not really great as far as fleet dynamics is concerned. When you do the missions, here's an example of some missions here they want me to go on. I'm going to be honest, the missions are very dull. They're very repetitive. I mean, the graphics, the animation, very Star Trek-y. Okay, you go along. But basically, you go out and you get things for doing these missions. You go to various systems. Again, Star Trek nerd-tacular. This is just fun to watch. But when you go to those various systems, you're basically shoot a ship or go to the planet, which sends you to go shoot a ship. Let's go shoot a ship. Let's shoot a ship. Let's shoot a ship. And which brings us to the combat mechanics. All the battles look the same. Every last one of them looks pretty much the same. Let's go back to our home system here for a minute. I don't know if I have anybody in this home system. I don't think I do, actually. Zooming out with my fingers a bit. Oh, there we go. Let's send this guy in. We'll fight this guy. Attack. There we go. It's going to look very boilerplate, very much the same as every other battle. We'll circle one another. The effects are nice, but if I'm taking on a level 13 guy or a level 33 guy or a level 2 guy, that battle will look the same. I mean, there's a rock, paper, scissors thing. That's the battle formation for an explorer ship. There's a slightly different one for an interceptor attack. And it will look like this, which is slightly different because he moves differently. Blasting away. There you go. And no matter how much I outclass them, no matter how good my ships and my shields are, I always take damage in every battle. This one here looks pretty good, right? If I send him home, and I'll send him home, something always needs to be repaired no matter what. Repair. Now in this case, it's trivial because it's free. It's under 5 minutes, so it's free. Other ones, not so much. In fact, some battles, you end up waiting for your ship for 20, 25 minutes. which is a very long time when you just want to sit down and play. You finally carve out a little bit of time in your day. You fight a couple of battles and then I got to wait for them to be repaired. So the battles are very, very boring. And that's what this thing is really coming down to is the battles. And it's this rock, paper, scissors thing where explorers can take out interceptors. Interceptors can take out battleships and battleships can take out explorers. Okay. Pretty boring. Well, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, this formula works in a lot of games. But in this one, it just doesn't apply enough, especially when you got the same just 2 ships to play with. You can swap them out, which we're going to get to. But you need to do things like that. That little battle I just had is the best way to fill your chests. Occasionally, you will get things for your chest. If I keep hitting them enough, I will possibly get some interceptor parts. Again, you're fighting the random number generator. If you fight interceptors, it leans toward interceptor parts, but not necessarily. And they may not be high enough parts because there's different levels of parts you can get. If I show the items here, materials. See, I've got 395 surveyor parts. But if I go down here, I've only got 304. I've got 86 of these. I've been trying to get interceptor parts, 32. I've been trying very hard. And here are the ores you have to get. Oh my God, this has been a miserable chore. They come as raw when you mine them. And then you have to refine them in the refinery. Well, talk about a battle with a random number generator. We'll go to my interior. Here's the ore refinery system. If you can get an event because that really doubles down on what you can get. But for the most part, if you go into one of these, there, I've got 15.5. I've got 2 chests with 15,000. I get 2 chests of this. These are my odds. Let me tell you, it's pretty long odds. It takes me days to get this much minerals saved up. And there are times when I click this button, I'll get nothing. What do I get this time? Oh, I got some uncommon refined crystals. Mostly they're common refined. Low level ships can use these, but the ships I'm into now all need these. It's been a grind to get what I need to fix my ship up. Now I've just gone and burned out all my resources. It took me a long time to get those for just 6. That's not a great return. And sometimes, like I said, I get nothing. So fighting the random number generator has become a bit of a problem. Now, mind you, you do these claim things. And although it looks a little different now because there's a mirror mission thing going on right now, I can click on that. Long range detect a massive spike in tachyon. There may be time travel, logical impossibility. Yep, she's adapted to it. Commander Spock and the Terran Empire. Apologies for the misalignment. Anyway. Claim. Good. Get these. Again, this is the random number generator going after here. Claim that. Go in here. Claim that. Doing these regularly helps. I got nothing for this guy. But sometimes you'll get, if you go over to the crew area, sometimes you'll get crews. Crew members. You get enough points saved up and you can recruit somebody. Again, this is another battle with the random number generator. I'm not going to do it with just 7. You go into one of these, standard recruit, ultra recruit, or premium, you click on them, and you know what? If you get lucky, you click on them, but sometimes you just get points toward them. Just a few points. You get there's the common, the uncommon. I mean, this isn't so bad in and of itself. It takes a while, but if you're playing every day, then you could eventually get there. So that's not the worst part of it. Mostly it's getting parts. And let's go back to getting parts. So here's me. I'm in a system. I moved to a system where I could attack these guys. But there are systems. I've marked them. It took me a while to figure out how to mark. It's right on top of my home button's right on top of that now. It took me a while to figure out how to mark them. You can go to a system with, here we go. Raw crystal. So you go mining. So I switch these to mining ships. I send them in. Now, talk about grinding. This is painful. So I go in, I find something, and I start mining. No sooner do I start mining than some other guy will come in with a level 14 ship or whatever and destroy me to take the minerals off my ship that I've been trying to mine for. So that's why it takes me so many days to get the minerals I need. The opportunity for trolling in this game is off the scale. And there's no way for me to protect my ships. I send them into mine and other people kill my ships. I send them into mine, I kill my ships. And I got very frustrated and angry with those people. And then I realized, if you're the guy on the other side with the better ship, and you're spending all, because I've tried this, you spend all day just looking for other level 13 ships to attack, that's boring too. And it's a bit of a grind. And yes, you might get some of their cargo salvaged for your ship and take it back, but it's just, I'm grinding to mine the minerals, they're grinding to find a ship to destroy to take the minerals, but it isn't that much minerals being saved. It's a big grind. It's a very, very, very big grind. There's no opportunity to just sit down and play the game. So, troll opportunity is high. Even being a troll can be boring in this game. It's just really, really boring. The only reliable way for you to go and get something you want reliably is to go ahead and make purchases, which I never do, so I don't even know. Yeah. I think you can buy them from here. You can buy some of these cool things if you want them. There's the event store. Go ahead, put some money down, buy the stuff, get the crews you want, get the minerals and the ores you're looking for. That seems to be, there's uncommon crystals. That seems to be the way to do it. And I think there are people out there who are just ships, given the grinding nature, they've either been at this continuously for weeks at a time, which I don't have the time to spend, or they purchased what they wanted and they built a bigger, better ship, which is okay, but it's a bit irritating. Speaking of irritating, here's another feature that's not a lot of fun. So I go to my explorer ship here, my scout ship. There it is. I've got the perfect crew assigned. I don't actually in this case, but let's say I do. See, they're all assigned. Everybody's great. And I go, okay, now I want to do some mining. These guys they have interceptor hunter and interceptor specialist. So this guy's really good. In fact, we look at him. He's an interceptor specialist. That's his thing. You notice that's not an interceptor. That's because when I go to swap ships, put my little mining ship on there now. Same guys. It doesn't remember a profile from ship to ship. So now I've got the wrong people on the wrong ones, and you're switching ships all the time for different needs. Sometimes they're mining, sometimes they're fighting. So getting the balance, because you can get, if you assign officers, you can get different balance for different abilities. You can watch their abilities go up and down depending on which people you assign and what you want them to do. So rebalancing. And this I start writing down all the balancing I've done. It's just a tedious pain in the butt, and I generally tend not to do it. So here's what I'm going to say about this game. I have been at this grind now to get these ships leveled up. I mean, the Interceptor's not bad, and I've been working very hard to upgrade it. Even to get this one, I still need to grind out Interceptor parts, which means I have to kill Interceptor. You saw me, I just killed 2. I got nothing. I found out all the crystals I need, but grinding Interceptor parts is taking forever. So it's a chore. It's a real chore. I've only got a little bit of time every day to play. And although it's got kind of a Star Trek-y feel, let's be honest. If we're talking about Star Trek strategy games, we're talking Birth of the Federation. That was a good game for the PC. That's the kind of a game feel I want if something's going to call itself a Star Trek strategy game. The Romulan ships could cloak. Here they can't. You could do harassment campaigns. You had a whole bunch of the races that we're used to. You could meet with the Cardassians. You could meet with the Bajorans. You could meet with the Andorians. Anybody you wanted to, or you could think of from Star Trek, and had a very good explorer feel too. This is just the same rock, paper, scissors battle, basically with a really, really overly complex wrapper that isn't really friendly. It's not a friendly game to use. They finally got the markers done, so at least you can bookmark systems. The galaxy is quite large. That part of it is really very nice. Like, they didn't waste resources on the galaxy. Those exclamation marks are missions I have to do. But, or missions, yeah, objectives. I could go there and find or do something interesting. Oh, they've added symbols now. That's nice. But simply speaking, this is not a game. This is a job. This is just a job. The little moments of ha-ha you get, or the happy moments, are so few and far between. And when you do defeat a ship, it just feels like, there's another one. Now my ship's a little more damaged again, so now I have to go send it for repair for 20 minutes. I guess that's my time for today. It just doesn't feel fun. And there's a system here for like recording. You can have 13,000 of 5,000 dilithium. Intuitively, would you know to stop at that level? No, this is what you get by your station is up to 5,000. But you can mine to increase the stack higher than that. Lots of little things that should be addressed like that to make it clearer just are not being very well addressed. I'm going to have to honestly say that if you're considering to, because it's got a Star Trek look and a feel, and the ships are very cool to look at, you might think to yourself, very cool. I might want to do this. Like, swap the ships. Look at all the ships. Oops. Can I show some more ships? I can't show some more ships here. Or under build ship, can I show them? There's a lot of really nice looking ships here. The Franklin, some of these battle cruisers. Oh, I love these Klingon ships here. They're looking really nice. I tend to really like the look of the Romulan ships too. Especially this one. I like the Gladius. It looks very cool. You could earn your way up to get those ships, but I'm thinking about the grind it would take to arm them properly and get them set up correctly. And I got to be honest with you, this thing is not a game. It's a job. It's an extra job. And unlike your regular job, this doesn't pay you. If you want to make it more and more fun, then you're going to have to spend some money on it. I don't really think it's worth spending the money on. There's not enough happy value back for all the time and work and investment I'm putting into it. I mean, I'm doing it because it's a Star Trek and I'm a Star Trek geek. If this didn't have the Star Trek name on it, I don't think anybody would look at it twice. I really don't think anybody should look at it twice. So I can tell they tried to work hard on this, but there isn't enough stuff inside it to make it interesting or compelling. So I'm going to strongly recommend take a pass on this game. Go play something else for a while. And if you've already loaded it, hit the delete key. It actually starts off pretty well. Certainly starts off better than Titan Empire, but over the time, it just gets to slow you down and becomes a bog slog fest. And that's just not the fun way to spend your time. And myself personally, I'm in it to have a little bit of fun every day. And I hope you are too. So I hope you found this review of this game interesting. Leave me your feedback. Tell me your thoughts. Maybe you've got a different opinion. I'd like to hear all about it. Certainly, I'm not the last word on all things space games. I want to know more about what you think too. So thank you for listening. I hope you have patience with me when I waited for the second episode. If you have any other ideas or things you want to say, we're over at www.pocketcaptains.com, or leave a comment below, or even better still, leave a like and let me know that you guys like what I'm putting out there. Thank you very much for listening and have a good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.